Well, good morning as we're sitting here at LTV on this beautiful morning, Wednesday morning, September 17th, year 2025, here with the Hello Hello Show. My name is Haim Mizrahi, continuing with the tradition of public access and the tradition of the Hello Hello Show that's been on the air since, let me see, about 1980. Of course, not to fail to mention the contribution by Fraser Dougherty, Francis Ann, and of course the likes of you out there to make it your business to enhance and fortify this concept called public access. Jody Gambino is here with us.
Hello.
Jody, thank you. And let me just make sure that I'm...
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes, that's perfect.
Okay, cool.
So Jody is a force to be reckoned with on many levels here at LTV. I guess in more ways than one, you almost kind of, even though everything is clear as far as your job description is, you always reinvent yourself here.
Yeah, I'm always doing something different. Yeah, totally.
I wanted to ask, is there something that you're not?
I'm not doing many studio shows, which is kind of a nice. I've been doing those for 10 years or so it's nice to get a little break from those. The rest of the crew has been picking up the slack when it comes to studio shows, which has been good.
Yeah, and also the fact that the environment here is so accommodating.
Yeah.
There's very little restriction.
Yeah, people are hopping in all over.
Yes.
and doing stuff they're uncomfortable with just to get it done.
And I don't take it for granted, because it's like, I wish the country could work this way.
Yeah, you said Galen was engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Also, changes here at LTV and all this is, I think the system here is so tight and so kind of project oriented and focus on message that sometimes you don't even need to notice what's happening around you. People are suddenly not there, and you really don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes over the years here.
Oh yes, definitely.
Both with technology and with people.
Yes, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I can I can record a show, and before you know it, it's 100, and then it's 1,000, and then on and on. That Fraser always told me, as soon as you open the door that morning, whether you end up filming or not, whether the equipment works or not, you already accomplished your mission for the day.
Right.
I mean, he had the privilege to be able to talk like that. I mean, I wasn't so convinced and embedded in so rooted as he was, but there was a lot to learn from him.
Right.
Also, I wasn't as crazy as he was. You take a crazy person to prevail. So tell us about the wonderful things that's happened. You know what I find very, very interesting, that not many people are aware of the changes that are taking place here. Concerts, theater, just stuff all over the place. So, every time I get an employee of the establishment, I always love to hear about the details of what's really going on.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm here. I want to plug a few things, and I'm going to be booking all the East End Underground shows from 2026 on. So we're looking for artists and up and coming talent, or if you want to feature your band or you're a singer, songwriter. We've actually been doing East End Underground for about 9 years now.
That's amazing, huh?
So yeah, we started filming in 2016, and the first episode came out in 2017. So it's about 8 years publicly, but we're nearing 9-10 years of doing this stuff.
That's amazing. Soon we celebrate a decade, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's gonna be big when that happens. Well, I've almost been here for almost a decade.
Yeah,
because I volunteered for those things.
And then before you know it,
I volunteered from maybe 2016 to 2018 or 19. And then I got hired right before the pandemic broke out. So then we worked throughout the whole pandemic redesigning the studios.
Yeah.
And then I worked for one more year after that before being full-time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's been part-time, full-time, volunteer. And now I'm getting in charge of booking some stuff, which is cool.
I cannot imagine a better man for the job.
Thanks.
But also as a musician, because last time we spoke, or last time you were kind of talking about your music, it was like in the becoming of something new.
Yeah.
Introducing itself to you. So where do we stand as far as music and that side of your creativity is concerned?
Well, I'm playing the Sag Harbor American Music Festival. That'll be Friday the 26th at Sen from 5:30 to 6:30. All original music. The whole music festival is original music. So, no covers or cover bands. But yeah, I'll be playing that, and that's the first time I've really played out in a long time. So I have my friend Matt Orlando. He's gonna accompany me on guitar, and he's been playing some like real dirty, nasty leads.
Yeah.
And I've been writing some new songs, so they're kind of funny and kind of like in your face type songs.
So the event that we were going to talk about, the reggae.
Yeah, that's this
That
weekend.
sounds exciting. It's like I love it. I love it. Just the.
So that is this band Aqua Cherry. They're from Mid Island, and they've been playing out east a bit more, and we just want to capture them for the East End Underground series. So in order to do that, we're trying to throw more of a happening and a get together. We have Shinnecock Lobster Factory doing food. We have Aqua Cherry as the main event at 9:30. They're gonna go on, and then before that, Esley and I are gonna DJ for about an hour each.
Yeah.
Kind of warm up the crowd and the audience. And, yeah.
That's fantastic. So how do you get to recruit, for lack of a better word, a band like this to come here?
Well,
how does that come to happen?
I started just emailing them. I knew a couple members in the band a while back, but I don't think they're playing with them anymore. But I was just kind of cold calling them in a sense, and I saw they were playing in Montauk a lot and Greenport a lot, and I've seen them at the Great South Bay Festival, and we've met before, we've talked, but we're not like by any means close or anything. So it was funny. I saw the singer out in Montauk at a gig, and I was like, "Hey, like I'm Jody. I've been emailing you." He goes, "Oh, I thought that was AI."
Oh, really? Oh my god.
Well, because I just sit in that little office all day and I just send emails. You get into it after a while, and sometimes you find yourself sending a long email, and then you're like, "Wait a second, like."
Yeah.
Is this too much information
Yeah,
or whatever it might be? But I pretty much am a professional emailer. That's what I do all day is email people. So
of course.
So I just sit in that little room and they say make it happen. And
feel free to send me something. It's okay.
But it was funny. Like I'm like, oh no, I'm a real person, and you're playing on my job. So yeah, let's do it.
Good. No, that sounds good. So the transformation here is still on an ongoing basis, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be helping out with the World Voices concerts and the East End Underground concerts. So besides that, so we have Aqua Cherry this weekend with myself and Esley. That's 9:20, and then we're gonna bring back the Hangar, which is like a DJ showcased event, and we're going to we have Into Eden coming up. She's gonna play a concert, and then we have Folky Fest too. And then we have Pure Joy, which is another East End Underground production. So, like, looking into the fall and early winter, we have 5 or 6 little concerts, festivals, raves, of all different type of music, So, it's pretty diverse here.
Yeah, I'm still not disconnected from the world.
Totally.
So it's this becomes the signature of this show to be, okay, hold on, I'm going to pick up this phone.
Totally.
The other day I was like, turning off the volume while I was like on the phone, but it turns out that
you were still on the phone,
Oh, thank God it wasn't like, hey, I'm going to come and strangle you or something. It was more like, as if it was rehearsed to be. So those out there who doesn't have the full grasp of what's really happening here, because a lot of people or new people who've never been here, hearing things. So what is it that the person out there, young or old or whatever, needs to know about LTV for us to stand a better chance to making them end up visiting, coming?
Well, these are
showing interest.
Full on productions. We have like a whole ticketing team. We have a whole team designing like how the space looks. And for my concerts, I like to project visuals in the back. We have a bar, like we have a sound guy. It's the whole works, you know. It's like a full stage, lighting setup, sound studio. It takes a lot of people to put on these
Yes.
concerts. So we're trying to get people in the door, and we're just thankful for those who do come.
Yeah, because I don't think that people are aware to what extent the setup is like a major one.
Well, I mean, Aqua Cherry is like they're getting their name out there. They've played with Corky Lang. I'm pretty sure they played with Slightly Stupid. They played with the Wailers. They're gonna go on tour with Black Uhuru, which is like legendary 70s 80s reggae band.
I'm a Burning Spears type of guy.
Yeah, I mean that's the same vein. Like, it wouldn't be too far off if they played with people like that. I'm not sure if Burning Spear's still playing. I think they are, but I'm not sure.
I was living in Paris 80, 81, 82, and I was hanging with an underground group that were like, of course, Bob Marley's freaks, you know.
Yeah.
And they were the type that did everything but no drugs.
Right.
But it looked like they were doing drugs, but they weren't really. Actually, it's super efficient. Some of them had great voices. My major introduction to reggae music was through spending time with them as I was actually driving a truck in Paris. So it was a major, and there, and there I got to really know the essence of Burning Spear and the importance of this band.
Yeah, I mean, I have some Burning Spear albums. That's the stuff I'm gonna.
They're solid. I mean,
they're good. They're great.
Yeah,
that's some of the stuff I'm definitely gonna be playing, like leading up to Aqua Cherry.
Yeah.
Because me and Esley are gonna play like world music and primarily reggae. So I'm trying to give kind of like a little history of roots. My brother, he's like a reggae aficionado.
Oh yeah.
And he was like telling me what albums to get and mailing me rare albums, and like I have quite a collection. So like that's part of the show is I want to like bring that out, show people, and play this real like dirty rootsy stuff.
Yeah.
And then also I'm gonna play some stuff that's inspired by reggae. It's not quite reggae, but it'll have the upstroke. It might be a rock song. It might be just to mix it up a bit. But,
yes, definitely. And now, I mean, when I see people use AI actually in a very legitimate way.
Yeah, I remember when we first.
And just like as much as one can say that most people don't even know how to approach AI, what it can do for them. They either choose to resent it or to accept it.
Right.
But they always end up overdoing it. There's a way to do it, and I think it's some magic there is awaiting us.
Yeah, I saw this like thing on Instagram the other day that was this kid and he was making a techno song, but he wasn't using like the mouse. He was just coding it. So he goes, "Give me a bass line, a sine wave, a sawtooth wave," and it'd be boom, 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 boom. Now filter it. Now add this, and he's coding it in real time, so you can see all this like
superb
text coming out, and then the sound just changes. I was like, "Oh my god, this is wild!"
Like, the subject matter is inserted into the title, so it's like so the rules change because we change the order of things. Let's start with the story, then we'll come up with a title, or vice versa. Well, let's have 3 titles, and 2, whatever. But also there's people are kind of blocked when it comes to reggae. There's like a small group of people who really adore reggae.
Right, yeah.
But the average person there is not so
it's funny,
open, and it's the awkwardness of the beat. It's like they feel like they need to work hard in order to like it,
Right. I was kind of in that ballpark for a long time, and just randomly I just started loving it. Like after my brother kind of introduced me to like, I don't know, a few groups that I didn't know about, and then once you fall in love with reggae, you really fall in love with reggae.
Yeah.
And like it is, I've heard Bunny Wailer say like, it's like this is the music that could heal the world. Like, how could you be sad listening to a reggae song? And I agree with that. Like it's all peaceful, and it's like I like the tempo personally, and
Yeah.
it's like full of good vibes, and like tropical visions like kind of mixed in. And then like some reggae artists, like they'll just quote the Bible straight up, and like they'll have the most beautiful lyrics, the most beautiful passages. And I'll ask my brother, like, "Oh wow, that's great lyrics," and he goes, "Those are all Bible verses." I'm like, wow, yeah.
No wonder it's
Yeah.
great.
Like I think Obsidians do that, and the Congos is really what got me into like the deep roots reggae. The song Fisherman, so good. And then there's like the Lamb's Bread. There's all the Green Sleeves records. It's everything Lee Scratch Perry made, and yeah, like a couple of my friends, they've made a whole career out of playing dub and reggae, and they've moved out to the West Coast, and they have like booking agents, and they tour. And a couple of years ago, we went to a festival in Pennsylvania, like on the border of
I
New
remember
York.
when you did, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a crew from New York, and I think a crew from Philadelphia, and there's like three stages, but the whole point is you build your own speakers, and they build these speakers out of wood, and it's like the cleanest sound. It's like it's loud, but it doesn't hurt your ears, and it
Yeah.
like travels really well, and the bass tones are really warm, and yeah, it was impressive. Like the speakers are about as big as this room that they build.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. Like then they just play reggae.
And also as a drummer, the syncopation in reggae is more coherent than even though it's syncopation is syncopation. You got to you got to be fairly good judge of rhythm as a
Right.
drummer in order to be able to appreciate it fully and
Yes.
to realize how difficult. Because when I played
hard to
reggae
play.
with people, I always my main suggestion that I was given was like just just keep it simple
Yeah.
and then don't try to overstep it by trying to introduce sophistication.
Yeah, totally.
You just wanna, and then and then you can do the insert the
Right.
syncopation and you can always kind of take it gives you the license to pause. You can pause while everyone is actually playing
That's
the
true.
music, and you can do it over and over again, and it will be like as a part of the scheme of things.
Yeah, that's what I like about dub music is like the format to just drop out and let either just the guitar go or just the bass go. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like loops. It's like you're working with loops there.
Yeah.
So
And also like that da 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 da.
yeah.
This is like
They have like
it's freaking brilliant.
I've learned a lot about reggae music and I'm still not able to play it. Like
Yeah.
some of the progressions that they use would just be like two chord progressions. So they're just going, from a G minor to an A, and then it's pretty much just a vamp, and they're just vamping on like just a two chord progression, which blows my mind because I thought like you needed three chords to make a song.
I like it that they pay attention also to the sound, the magnitude of that sound, as an inevitable part of the whole package.
Totally.
I mean, if you have any doubt, they introduce to you such sophistication in sound, such a healthy sound that you're already taken by you're ready for the lyrics, you're ready for the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like that level of care for details when it comes to sound.
Totally.
And like you say, that it actually can be really powerful, but not loud.
And then there's like a whole kind of new movement of reggae out of Jamaica, and like artists like Chronix, and then there's John Nine, there's Samurai, there's I Wayne, there's Hempress Sativa, which is a crazy name. But all those artists, their albums are amazing. Like if you want like that root sound, but like something brand new, listen to some of them, and it's like you'll be blown away. It's like royal, like goddess reggae, like some of it, like it's really good.
So, yeah, also, what I'm realizing, there's no desire to take the place of Bob Marley, by no one.
No.
I mean, everyone gives him so much respect. They're just letting him be as if he's still alive,
Yeah.
and they're doing the things like around him, and I like that kind of regard and all this, because the reggae is changing in a sense today by adapting to modernistic ingredients that are inserted into the reality. People can they realize that people can do stuff at home that is magnificent,
Right.
and mimic and adapt and add and interpret, and alongside, together with, so many options, and it's instant. Someone who knows nothing about music can actually compose something very sophisticated.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. At that reggae festival we went to, I got this record by Johnny Go Figure, his name is. And the whole time, like, I'm listening to this record, he's like an MC and a singer. I could not tell if it was a band that he was playing with or if it was like programmed on a computer.
Yeah.
And then I just had to ask a friend of his, and he's like, "Oh, it's all programmed." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, that's crazy." You know?
Yes.
And but I'll be playing some Johnny Go Figure, and like just some more classics like UB40. Be playing Augustus Pablo, who's like the melodica reggae guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just we're just gonna have a good time and just play tons of music.
Yeah, and I remember when the jazz rock movement was given birth in the middle of the 70s. Um, I mean,
Miles Davis, experimental.
No, even before that, because Miles Davis at that era was just a follower. He wasn't a leader then. But Return to Forever, Weather Report,
okay.
and just individuals like John McLaughlin and Marvin Smithy Smith. Big name. Marvin Smithy Smith was a drummer. There was a professor of drums, black, young, robust, very kind of humble, that introduced progressive music, even holding the sticks traditionally.
Right.
But he was playing as if he was playing hard rock. But we kept that dignity and introduced some incredible things into that music. So they always included reggae in their presentations. When they had a concert, whatever it is, whatever material they had, there was always a reggae composition that was long enough to make people appreciate that. And I remember that strike the first curiosity on my behalf to reggae, and I said, "Wow, this sound is unforgettable."
Yeah.
It's like right there, they leave you.
Yeah, like the delay they use sometimes, or there's like the dub siren, and then there's the spring delay, and the dub music. It's like pop 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 pop.
Yeah.
It's like every time that hits you,
the snare drum of the drummer alone is like everything.
Or when they do like the rim shots too.
Yes.
Like I love that. And Aqua Cherry, like they do rock too. They do reggae rock. So like it's a happy medium, They have a little horn section, an auxiliary percussion section, and it's like rock driven. So they call it like rebellious rock.
Rebellious, maybe modest, humble, but still, nevertheless, again, the combination is incredible in that sense. So, give us the information again, what people to.
So that will be this Saturday, September 20th, and doors open at 7:30. Tickets are $25 at the door, $20 online. And it's going to be Aqua Cherry headlining, and before that is Esley Escobar DJing, and before that is myself, J-To. And that's pretty much the gist of our next East End Underground.
Well, that sounds complete enough.
Yeah.
And listen, Jody, I really appreciate you. I think this place is lucky to have you, and the proof is in the pudding. We're not making things up here. We got a lot to show for, and also just the help of the view that I take by not being an employee here, still being involved.
I mean, you're not an employee, but you go, I think we need a camera from Studio One
Yeah,
hooked up, and then also hit the HDMI button.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. Yeah.
But and I can't help to think. Yesterday I spoke about Fraser and how he approached me. I think it was 1997, and he asked me to take over the show and said, "Why do you need me? First of all, it's crazy to show up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then it was like you had a live
you had 7 to 9,
7 to 9 live." And I said so many. He says, "Because there's one difference, Haim. Because I know you're going to show up if you're going to say you're going to show up." Totally. It turns out that he had like 3-4 people, producers, competent individuals.
Right.
They did a show or two, and then they were nowhere to be found. Right. Not only did they didn't show up, they were nowhere to be found. He said, "I don't even know where they are." And when I said I want to retire and not retire, I just got to take a step back. I didn't expect that I should every other day need to kind of show up and to keep the show going.
Right.
So, and then he would burst into the shows, the early shows, and start telling me live what I'm doing wrong. What the F is going on? Why is this here? As the Fraser, you want to sit here so I can leave, stuff like that. So, but it was always so. From my lens, I observe, I think, in a clean way. The staff, the demeanor, the mood, the willingness, the capabilities, the goodwill, amazing.
Right.
So I love it. I love it, and I appreciate that. And I want you to know, I don't take anything for granted.
Right.
And then I love you also.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Jody Gambino is here, and hopefully you will make it, and you get to see the man. So.
Cool.
Thank you, Jody. I really appreciate it. I'm going to take it from there. You're the man. You're the man. Thank you so much.
And you still got like a half hour, probably, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to kind of show them what I got.
Okay. Oh, wait, my phone.
Perfect. Anyway, that was Jody Gambino. And just to mention again, we're sitting here on a Wednesday morning, September 17th, year 2025 here with the Hello Show, and my name is Haim Mizrahi, and as I said, Jody Gambino was here with us, and the reggae show that's going to take place this weekend, and all the information also available either by calling 631-537-2777 or just log on to ltveh.org. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So this kind of conversation that we had with Jody just now kind of inspires me to to believe that the new generation that we have here at LTV is so devoted and dedicated, and it has a way to introduce an atmosphere here that is, believe it or not, in the midst of this intensity, very accommodating, very down to earth, very considerate and gentle and rewarding. And I think that adds to the longevity of this station. It's been around for almost 40 years, if not more. That's intense, to say the least. So I have some material that I wrote, and then I always think to myself, well, you know what? That's a golden opportunity to all this, all said. So that's the BAT. That's what I need to look for, because there's a whole folder here that's titled "My Becoming." Oh yes. Oh boy. Yes, yeah, it's funny that when you have three or four languages that you write poetry with, and you want to try to make sense. Um, really? Wow. What if we change what if we try according to all the changes, the advance and the progress of a long day, uh, as if the day itself was kind of biting its nails with some level of unacceptable frustration, like slow and uh, impressively dressed and thin and grainy. I love that. It's like an empty vessel, an empty container. But you're still going to try to collect the raindrops inside this container. And of course, together with the personal expression, your personal expression, the desire to wipe your nose kind of thing, like a gesture, a physical gesture into the. But I know that you find it very hard to come close and adapt to the style that you have at hand. And it's still all about the love of the lover and finding yourself determined in a melting peak summit. And I know, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I have this. Um, Celebrating on a melting summit peak. And the present request is open for a change. And I think that's a crucial moment, and it depends on the trust and the oneness of blind love. The hierarchy satisfies the needs of the other that was with her pretty much always. And in many cases, solitude and satisfaction, something like that, for lack of a better description, but being content and but also being experiencing solitude as something that's normal and acceptable in your life. And but as we are as we're experiencing this kind of solitude, we took a job upon ourselves to clear some snow plowers, and going up and down in the journey of the um, snow travel. But now finding ourselves, journeying on the dry surface for a change. like a silver cup of zero tolerance, The silver cup of zero tolerance. I thought that's a great sentence. Uh, thoughts and feelings, and you get to be able to fold the subject matter uh, for treatment purposes. I know it doesn't sound like it makes sense, any of what I say, but believe me, there's a thread there that I found I had a hard time also, but whether it's me writing it or not, it doesn't matter. It's just dealing with it. That aspect is so requires uh, being extremely partial. Um, it's like a pillow with a promise. The dreams of those who are not capable create a barrier, a way to observe deeply and deeper, even so. I dried and I spread and I slipped into the open, to join the presence, just a presence, really, slowly, revealing and turning it around to examine even more so. And I stapled and I purchased and I adapted and I gently shaved the hair, the extra hair of the ongoing shadow. All this in order to be the hero of a silent movement, motion, uh, pretty much finding yourself cutting through the innocence of uh, of access itself. That's a lot to be said in that sense. And the traces of the unsaid, that which is unsaid, traces. You also felt that, I believe, the hovering, quiet, I don't want to say silence, but remained glued like dust in the corners and gathering just right where it is just about unreachable and untouchable. So all of our words, they passed. And it really grazed through the unmarked places. And they left all the gaps untouched, like ink spreading that ink on dry hands. In the lack of depth, and this is actually a crucial place to be and say, the lack of depth, we found short, flashing, so short, flashing, um, a beat, just one beat and and very soft, uh, grinding, soft grinding, something like that. If I and a spark, that's a passing spark, an empty spark passing, something like that. Empty sparks. Uh, but it certainly was there, hidden, but it was there, and all to be considered in the uh, uh, lack of quiet between us, that lack of quiet that we shared. And just like light sometimes is, but does not stick around. And then the abundance of compliments and gestures, and the goodwill on behalf of people to take their time and tell you that was a great poem, that was a great painting, that was a great performance, just stuff like that, you know. Always good to know that there's someone out there that make it his or her business to believe and to understand that this is important, certain things important, and therefore their action, their acts of good fail. Uh, and it's like the quiet that's been hanging somewhere before change took place. It was like it was hanging as if there's a painting hanging behind me here, and like a very tense pause, very thin, tense pause, retreat. And many speculations there. If you were to be the many specific, it doesn't matter how many hours you put into rehearsing. If it's not the truth, if it's not genuine, if it's not really something that you know what it's all about, that makes you feel, you know how, then it's just not going to take place. The the deposits of speculations, you know, like the crawling darkness, that finds itself with unsettled grace facing it. Um the shadow that lullabies light. And then you hear the voices that just kind of come from the horizon, like rising, rising, and they were like clear and engraved voices, sharp, as if they were spelled out through roots or the root itself, like a voice that was born from a peel and leaves dragging the border of consciousness. Um, so they pointed out as a gesture of an abundance of uh, volunteering, like when someone wants to volunteer to do something good for you, something that you probably help you without waiting for you to ask for help, just offer the help. These things still take place. Uh, and this abundance of that kind of availability is weird and fresh. uh, and like a chaser from, as if it's a part of an era that is hidden, that is part of a hidden era that suddenly shows up and offers itself, uh, completely revealed and primarily, um, like a forgotten story that we were given in order to tell the story. We we wanted to put our hands on this story, literally put our hands on this story, to plant an escape route all along the and so this story that was given to us in order to plant it uh, through an escape route all along its existence, the existence of that concept. But the road became somewhat slanted, some kind of uncertainty about its leveled issues. Uh, but it wasn't leaning right or left. Uh, but it was a map of an unestablished dreams. So the rules became blurry in a situation like this. And tiredness became a law, the law, or whatever that means. And in that location, the canvas is going to be hung. And like a guard that awaits the structure to show up, realizing that it's been thrown into the battle, and there's rage that was cut short, but burning in the air, helping the whole idea of silencing a thought is all about, and what it requires and what it really means and all that. So finally, we understand the love in front of the infinity and speed, the back and the front need to join forces and blend uh, to silence a progressive thought. So we dream in stages. Um, the markings that dance on your forehead, together with a facelift, uh, are being desired so long that the exiting strategy puts the investors first, ahead of all. To love and to share together to hate and to share the same bed, to love and to share together, to hate, to share the same bed. I don't know how, to love and to dream together, to hate and to share the same bed. So the sensation itself is that sometimes I found myself loving the moment when I notice your gentle features, and like a silent testimony to the chain of your thoughts, which is a good place to be if you're able to feel that and all these kind of through the ink of ancient expressions. Don't resist. I'm too close to turn around and go back. I'm right behind you. And my warm breath touches your soft, if I may say, presence. Yes, it's me this time. I always followed your gaze, and this is the subject matter that really entered your hopes. So at some point, you're gonna have to learn how to love without uh, a license, without a permission, without demands, without waiting for the signal that will confirm your passage. And this passage is, of course, to eternity, to infinity. We're talking about distances, serious distances. Like the distance that begins and ends inside your yearning to understand the sense itself. So it might be too philosophical, but still there's like a note of a welcome note, if you may call it. And there's like just it's very, very, very gentle, soft incentive of goodwill, a personal goodwill. If you find that, you should be in. It's hiding, proudly hiding, when you draw a yield to the other to go ahead and complete its journey. So these are words that are spoken as if they were meant to speak love. And it's an altruistic tale. I think I can translate it like that. And like a dreamy a dreamy separation. I think it would be in like a see-through situation here. In the testimony, teeth-grinding testimony, I would call it more, without any hint, and without any giving up, without any ink, and without any giving up. It's not a wish that's been told out loud, but something that blends with moments that are at the disposal of words, at the ownership of words. And then it opens itself. I mean, this is when if you have reservations, realizations on this level, then you should know that you wait and it opens itself and becomes accessible and close and with a promise to reveal. And that's also very good. So I already painted a gentle push forward from the meanings that formed yesterday that I bring back to life today. And they come true in order to write a blessing of welcome. That simplicity also is very meaningful. Your name, maybe even now, is a loyal servant uh, and royal. And a head turner, and with the a nerve pain, uh, with a light nerve pain, and but does not retrieve this time. The pain consists as if it's just looking for a place to spend some time and have a simple meal. But many signs offer recovery because this time it's going to be the last time, as if to get close, and all the movies of sweetness are falling apart, even jealousy, even sweet jealousy for that sake, melting in action like a triple action. So, the melody that you can only hear half of it. Almost running out of time, but I'll finish with this sentence. The melody that you can only bypass it, attention, that plays a melody that we can only hear half of it, for whatever that means. But we're going to be here tomorrow, as much as we were here yesterday, and as much as we were here this morning, Wednesday morning, September 17th, year 2025, here with the Hello Show, and my name is Haim Mizrahi, continuing with the tradition of public access and the tradition of the Hello Show that's been on the air since 1980. And I wanted to thank also my guest earlier here, Jody Gambino, and log on to the website, ltveh.org, and get all the information about the concerts and the activities and about becoming producers and whatnot, all these wonderful things that public access has to offer. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.